But I feel like this new culture, you know, when I watch sports, there's always that old school, new school thing, like in hip hop, right? Old school, new school. And most recently, we had this Ja Morant situation that really, like just became a firestorm for him and the Grizzlies. And I was thinking, as bad as it is happened for Ja Morant, unfortunately, and hopefully that works out, it makes Allen Iverson look normal. Like, we was tripping, bro. Like, yo, when Allen Iverson was playing ball, the NBA was losing their mind. He didn't pull no guns.
They changed the dress code because of him. Like, there was rules
y'all
made
had to
because
get
of him.
suited for him.
Yeah.
Now, case in point, let's say what was that, 2002?
Early 2000s, yeah.
Early, right?
When I first came in the league, yeah.
First coming in the league. Allen Iverson came to the game with a do-rag on, hat to the side, diamonds,
baggy jeans,
low.
5X white tee.
Come on. And he was the antichrist of the NBA.
Yeah.
Then cut to 20 some years later, Ja is just, you know, chilling in a strip club with a gun though. I mean, it's a gun. I mean, it was little. It was tiny. It didn't look real. I thought it was a play gun. I didn't even, because I never seen nobody have a gun that little. What is that, a 13, a 22? What is it?
Shit was
a
6.
It was a It was like you can't even shoot it. It was so little. It was like right here. So all jokes aside, you know, in a situation like now where the culture has changed on so many levels, do you think there's some unfairness now for the new guys?
I love Ja, one of my favorite players, but that was self-inflicted. Like it wasn't like somebody caught him doing that. Like he told on himself. You know what I mean? He put the gun up, and to me, I'm all for if you feel like you need protection, carry it, bro, because we are targets out here. But I was taught you pull a gun to use. You don't pull a gun for likes. You don't pull a gun for comments. You don't pull a gun to dance. Well, if you're an athlete, you don't pull a gun to dance. You know, you may see rappers do shit, but they live by a different rule book. You know what I mean? There's no commissioner to what the fuck they're doing. Like we got a commissioner and we got sponsors, endorsements, and fans and little kids that look up to us. So it's just like we have to move a little different. So Would I say it's unfair? I say it's unfair now because you really have to watch yourself. Like if there was cameras early on, even when I was at UCLA, if they would have caught how hard we were going or the kind of shit we were doing, it would have been a different outcome for a lot of us.
Correct.
But now that you do have to be aware that, you know, everywhere you go from the second you step out of your house, sometimes in your house, if you got the wrong company, you can be filmed. So I just think with Ja's whole thing, and then the world's been telling what he needs to, I just hope he understands his importance in this space. I mean, this is a space
we definitely
that
need him.
He's 23 years old. He's going to be one of the faces because I believe he's going to get the help he needs. He's going to come back stronger and better, and that's going to be trouble for the league. But, you know, this is a young league where, you know, name 5 American NBA superstars under 25. It's hard to do. It's a lot of European guys. So for the American-born players, it's like Ja, Jason Tatum. I mean, there's a handful of guys. De'Aaron Fox. There's a bunch of different guys, but.
Yeah, when you look at it like that, I mean, that's a trip. Under 25.
Yeah. So I think he has to understand, and I think he knows now. And you got to think, Bill, like. At 23, we had a little bit of bread in our pocket, but we didn't have $200 million.
No, not 200.
We didn't have our signature.
And we didn't have Instagram.
Yeah, no, exactly. We didn't have a signature shoe. We didn't have a new. So I just hope he understands that he has the world in his hands. He's going to make a shitload of money on and off the court as long as he understands that this can all be taken away. I think for a moment he just thought he was invincible. And how can you not? You're one of the best young players in the world. You got endless money, you got endless resource, you never have anybody telling you no. You kind of think like you're unfuckwittable. And I think that he started to realize that it was bad decision after bad decision after bad decision, and then it culminated with him kind of telling on himself with a gun. So I just think he understands now that
I mean, we
I need to pump
so.
my brakes a little bit. You know what I mean? Let me pump my brakes and get back.
It's a long road. You know, when you think about a career, you said relatively 15 years to 17 to get that kind of a run. And especially on a level where he has the potential to go, you got to play the game.
Well, if you think about it, I mean, he's 23 and his contract next year kicks in and it's $230 with incentives, $230 million. So at 24, he'll have a contract that runs until maybe he's 27. He has a chance to catch 2 more in our new collective bargaining agreement that is about to happen. These max players are about to be making $50 to $60 million a year. So he has a chance to catch 2 more $300+ million contracts in just basketball, not to mention what he can pull in off the court. So I just think he has to just take a step back.
I would take a beat on that job. We love you, man.
Come on, man.
Let's get that.
We need you though. We need you. Like
he is so fun to watch.
He's one of the faces of young American-born players that are kind of doing their thing, because Europeans are holding it. You look at the last handful of MVPs, and you look at Luka on the way, and you see what Joker's been doing. You see what Embiid is and what Giannis is doing. Like, Americans have kind of been pushed out a little bit, Steph and KD and Bron and all these guys, they're on their way out. So who is going to hold the crown, the torch for
3 years from now?
Come on, man. Yeah. And he's one of the players with his talent is undeniable. So I just think it's, sometimes it's decision making. You get caught in the moment. You had never have nobody telling you feel like you got to bring the whole hood or all the homies with you everywhere you go. But it's like, when we talked about when it first happened, and I think maybe Deion Cole said this. I watched one of his comedies. Like, you have friends that are meant for different levels, and each level you grow, you have to let go of a few people. And you're going to bring some people, but not everyone is meant to go because you're going to the top.
Correct.
There's not a lot of space up there, to hang out. So you're going to take, and I'm the last person to tell you because I've been in so much motherfucking trouble. Don't do this, don't do that. But I'm just saying, as you get older.
But that's why I like having you, Matt, because you are honest about it. Like, you with the shits. Like, every time I turn on TMZ, you done did some shit. Yeah. Or some shit, or you was close to some shit.
Well, my whole thing is just like, there's no skeletons in my closet, Bill. Like, all my shit is, like, cause I have political aspirations one day. You know what I mean? So if people think, well, I'm going to talk about this motherfucker, they've been talking about that. You know what I mean? Like, that was, so it's just like, to me is, okay, it only becomes a problem when you don't learn, and again, my stuff situation is, it wasn't really me out here fucking around or doing dumb shit. It was just real shit was brought to my plate, and I don't do disrespect, whether I'm an athlete or I'm a man, I'm a father, I gotta look my kids in the eye, so I can't let some shit slide. So some shit I just reacted like I wasn't an athlete because it didn't matter to me at that time. Like, no, I'm not playing this game. So I don't ever go looking for trouble. Sometimes it jumps on my front porch, and I got to kind of deal with it the best way I can in the moment. And I've made plenty of mistakes while doing that. But again, it comes from a genuine place and a pure place. And if anyone who knows me, they know I'm one of the most laid back, coolest, down to earth people you'll ever meet. But my reputation sometimes precedes me.
Yeah, but I think what you do that gives all that the sort of the levity that it needs is that you're very authentic and you don't run away from, you don't have Twitter fingers, as they call them, or cats that just pop shit, online. And this is one of the things that I realize that I'm an OG in this regard, is that one thing I don't like about social media is how if me and you got a beef about something, I'm going to say the beef on social media instead of calling you and I got your phone. That shit is whack to me. Like, super. To me, it's super whack. Like, I'd rather people stop doing that, because a personal situation could be handled in 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
But then you add fuel to the fire and let everyone have an
now
opinion.
You got everybody,
now it's on the blogs.
Now their families and the different and the other around the way, they talking shit. Now this shit done turned into
I also just live by the rule, like, don't say nothing on social media you wouldn't say to somebody's face.